Hey, it's Elena Gordon, broker of record, Remax Gordon Group Realty. And today, as usually at the beginning of the month, we talk about the stats. Let's start from economic indicators. So as we can see, real GDP growth is down at 0% now. Toronto employment growth is up, and in March it was 2.6%. Toronto unemployment rate without any changes, and it's 5.8%. Inflation in March 2023 was down, and it's 4.3%. Bank of Canada overnight rate April was 4.5%, and it's staying unchanged. And prime rate in major banks is 6.7%, and mortgage rate, fixed mortgage rate, and 6.2, 6.4. Variable rate 4.9 and 5.4 in this range. Now let's look at total residential transaction. So to compare to the last year, we sold almost the same amount of properties, and we down just 5.2%. If we look on the seasonal adjustments, compare April 2023 to March 2023, we are up by 27%. That shows that market is getting more active right now. Average selling price to compare to the last year, we are down by 7.8%, and seasonal adjustments, we are up by 2.4%. Now average selling price is 1,153,269. New listing, and we see that we don't have much inventory, and we have a less listing coming to the market. We are down by 38.3%, and it shows that actually market is healthy. Not everyone is running to sell their houses. If you look on the sales to new listing ratio, usually this ratio shows if it's buyer market, or if it's normal market, or if it's seller's market. And usually 4 to 60% we are in a neutral market. And now we have a 66%, and last year it was 43%. Days on the market. Now it's taking 24 days in average to sell the property, and to compare to last year it was 14. So we are up by 17.4%, but this is for the normal market to take 24 days to sell the property. And usually the cheaper properties selling faster, the more expensive luxuries properties, they stay longer on the market. Now the most interesting stuff. We will compare sales and average prices by major home types. The most popular sale was, as usual, for detached properties in 905 area. We sold 2,681 property. The second popular is condo apartment. We sold 1,453. The average price, the most popular was for detached in 905 area. The average price is 1,403,863, and for 416 area it's more expensive properties, it's 1,787,752. And after, the most popular was condo apartments for 416 areas, so an average price at 751,916. Now let's compare average price year to year. So let's compare April this year to April last year, and as you can see, we down about 7%. So detached properties in 905 area minus 7.7%. Just townhouses, they don't have much changes, they're just minus 3% to compare to the last year. But now let's compare the change this year, a year ago, and last year to the year ago. So even though most of the changes, they're about 7% and 8%, the increase a year ago was much higher. For example, for detached properties in 905, it's down by 7.7%. But look at the detached properties in 905 area, April 2022 to compared to April 2021, they're up by 16.8%. So the biggest actually increase was in townhouses for 905 area. So the April 2022 to compare to a year ago, it was a 20% up, and now it's just minus 3%. So these people made the most money. Looking at these numbers, changes by 7% or 8% this year to compare to the last year, we still way ahead, because before it was increased by 16% and 20%, so we still in surpluses about the 10%, and this is a good thing. To summarize everything, we can see that actually nothing bad going on the market in GTA. The biggest effect on the market price were the interest rate, because Bank of Canada was trying to bring inflation down. For example, in June 2022, it was at the highest point for the last 39 years. It was 8.1%. Now it's 4.3%. So the last 12 months, the Bank of Canada had a very aggressive strategy, and they were raising the rate almost every month. For last 2 months, we didn't had any increase in prime rate. The Bank of Canada, they are saying they're at the end of their tightening period, but they're still monitoring the economic, and they will do whatever it takes to get the inflation, and the goal is to bring it down to 2% by the end of 2024. And for now, what we can see on the market condition, we don't have much inventory, but we have a still demand. And because of the affordability, so the most popular and most demand we have for the properties, which are like 800 to 1.5 million. And we have an offer presentation for these properties, and very big competition. And we have buyers who compete, and the price is going up more than for the luxuries properties. And luxuries properties which are over 2 million, they're still selling, but not that fast like cheaper properties. And we expect prices to go up. Canada government is going to bring 1.5 million new immigrants for the next 3 years. So we'll have a more competition for the housing, and the prices probably will go more and more up for the resale and for the rent also. And we see the tendency people moving to different province. For example, from here they're moving to Calgary. I even have a clients, like 3 of my clients, so they sold their property here and they're moving to Calgary. Or people who has more expensive property in Toronto, they're moving to north, they're moving to Aurora and Newmarket. So let's see how the market will unfold. If you like, give us a like or subscribe, and stay tuned, stay connected, and I'll see you next month.